Welcome back to the Soul Food Podcast. I'm Michael Vakelic.
And I'm Shannon Meyer. Together we share insights and conversations to help you cultivate joy, peace, and prosperity while unlocking your limitless potential.
Yes, get ready for a transformative journey filled with laughter, strategies, and lively discussions that will inspire you to thrive in every area of your life. Hello, Jeanette.
Hello, Michael.
Fantastic day of sharing beautiful wisdom for our listeners.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We started sharing nutritional wisdom, healing wisdom, but we saw that we were not recording.
Right. Yes. We've been talking away for quite some time, and it's really interesting. It's really
Mhm.
interesting. I love this conversation. So let's continue.
Yes, yes. I was telling Michael that already since I think 25 years, I've been reading nutritional books, but most Chinese medicine and from everywhere a little bit,
Right.
but taking in what really serves me, no, really discerning what I feel it applies to me, because in addition, not every body is the same. And so I've been taking care of me, of my body. And one thing I do is that I have only fruits until 12 p.m. since the liver is detoxifying from 2 a.m. until 12 p.m. And I've done that for the last 2.5 years. And I actually have more hair. I was losing hair. And many things, I have a lot of energy since like when I was 20 years old, since I'm swimming a
Uh-huh.
lot and I'm training very hard, but I'm training like when I was 18, 19 years old with the same energy. And I train, I would say more because I'm training 4 days a week. So really, and I'm eating quite a lot of fruits in the morning. So the 3 bananas and orange and algae and it's really, I feel it's very good for my um,
Right.
brain. Yes, it came in all languages, but not in English.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry. No, it's very good for the brain. No, the glucose of the fruits
Yeah.
are very good, and for the liver because it's detoxifying. I'm not putting anything. I'm not eating anything else because then it stops the detoxification. No? So it's very interesting how how you can take care of yourself, no, through food, because at the end we are what we eat also.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So where did you learn that the liver um, continues to detoxify all the way until noon? So it's about our sleep cycle too. So when we reach a deep sleep and then all the way through the whole next morning when we're awake, it's still
Hmm.
detoxifying.
Yes,
How,
it's
where did you?
Chinese. In Chinese medicine has that,
I
and
see.
then I heard it 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. I heard it also from medical medium, but
Ah,
that for me confirmed. Well, it confirmed, or the Chinese medicine confirmed me what he was saying. So I started doing it, and it really changed everything. It was very. I have a lot of energy during the day, and besides the swimming, no, and it has changed a lot in my life. Yes.
good, good. Guess I agree with you 100%. I mean, I've changed the way I eat completely since I was younger. Then I think this whole conversation started because I said I almost hung a picture behind me of spaghetti, which is like my favorite all-time food ever. I
Mine
love
too.
the spaghetti. I love the sauce, even a meatball or two. Sure.
Mhm.
But anyway, yes, I do a green drink, just as you were saying. I mix turmeric, I mix many different things in there, cinnamon and ginger, and that's really a great drink for the morning. And I'll usually have fruit, but I also shared that I'm usually quite hungry, so I indulge in some tuna. I've dropped the bread, the whole tuna sandwich thing, but I will indulge in some tuna or fruit. Apples are really good, oranges, and I usually put a little bit of juice in my drink also. So I think it's great. And the longer that now tell me if this is true, the longer I wait to eat between meals, I think
Mhm.
is better for me because I can actually feel the hunger. And is that also detoxifying? I mean, that you're burning up what you have or any excess fat in your system, and you're not constantly eating food. Is that
Yeah,
true?
I
Or
think
a
I think there's everybody is
little bit
everyone is
different?
different, but there's this it's how do you say that when you don't eat so much for a long time,
Fasting?
the fasting, no? Um, there's there's said that if you fast long time, so 24 hours, for instance, or you eat once a day, or you eat. I did for 3 years, and it went very well. Also, I ate in a 6 hour slot, and then I didn't
Hmm.
eat for 18 hours, and then
Very
maybe
nice.
4 hour slot, and then I didn't eat for 20 hours. And it was
Hmm.
very good. You have a lot of energy, and the body is able to also detoxify and clean up the intestines and things that when you're constantly eating, you are giving to the body um, always working, always working, always working. So it's not able to really take the time to clean up things, no? So and you feel it when you are not eating for a long time. So many times people say that if, for instance, you don't eat for 4 hours and you're listening to your intestines or to your stomach um, doing noises, they say
Yes.
I'm hungry, and in reality is that it's really moving to move the food away. So it's good that it's sounding because it's moving the gut to move things away. So it's really cleaning, and it's good to let it do that for a while.
Absolutely. I can tell it,
Hmm.
and we also talked about how intuitively or how we can feel what's good
Hmm.
for our specific body.
Yes.
And I think if we listen and feel into eating, just as
Hmm.
we feel into everything else, if we feel into what we're eating and what we're taking in and when it feels right to eat, when we
Hmm.
know we're overdoing it, that all the
Yes.
messages are there, right?
Yes.
They
Yes.
are.
The body
So,
is more intelligent than our mind in this case, I always say. I remember I had I don't drink Coca-Cola since 94, the
right,
year I remember, because it always was, I wasn't feeling it right for me, and I wasn't feeling good drinking it, and so I don't drink it many, 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 many years, and I feel okay. I don't miss it, and I don't need it, no. And like that, many things. If you feel that it's not good for you, because
right.
like the milk, I'm intolerant to the milk, and why should I take a pill to help me to drink milk if the milk is not good for my body, because my body is already saying it's not good for me.
Right, right.
And it has come a time where it's not good for me. So it's okay. I'll just leave it on the side, and it's okay. I don't have to have it. For
Hmm.
me, it's the milk and the yogurt. I can have cheese. I don't have an issue with cheese. But the milk yogurt, I cannot touch. But it's okay. So I don't have any enzyme, and I don't drink anything to help me have it, because
Digest
I
them
know
all.
it's not good.
Hmm. Good, good. And I think if we all listen to our body will tell us, right? So,
Yes.
and and if I have problems digesting something, I mean, I don't know. I've never really had a problem with that. I have a very high
Yeah.
metabolism, and it seems that I can overeat very easily, but I understand what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell when things, this isn't good for you, but this isn't. And you mentioned cheese. Wow. I love cheese and a good,
Mm-hmm.
I try different crackers and cheese. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. I love
So
them.
good.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
them, but I just every extreme is always very bad. That's the
Hmm.
thing, no? That you have to find your middle way, and if something really is not good for you because your stomach hurts, like the
Oh,
milk or yogurt for me, then I
right.
just don't take it. But not 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 extremes. Extremes um, are never good for anyone, no?
Right. Right.
Yeah, and
Yep.
yeah. And another thing I wanted to mention quickly is
Sure.
talking about the body, how intelligent it is. It's not only with the food, it's also with what it shows you. Sometimes, I had it many times, several times, let's say, that I had something hurting me,
Hmm.
the arm hurting me, but because I was in a bad relationship, for instance, for work relationship, partnering with someone that was very, very uh, um, vampirisk, I would say, taking a lot of energy from me.
Hmm.
She was very egoistic and very, very, she was always right.
I
So,
see.
and she heard the voices, so she heard them early in the morning. And then whatever we spoke the day before, and I woke up early morning with I don't know how many WhatsApps telling me what to do because she was told to, which wasn't what we had agreed. And so I was depleted.
Hmm.
And my arm was hurting a lot. I wasn't able to move the arm. I was with her partner in 1 year, and I knew, no, I saw it that I was being depleted after 1 year, after a while, and
Yes.
that I was somatizing. I was showing it with my arm, and when the day I decided to leave her, to leave, to close the company that I had with her,
Yes.
it disappeared.
Hmm. Isn't it amazing?
It's incredible. It's
Yes.
incredible.
I've come to find that most of the pain that arises within my body has an emotion, a
Mm-hmm.
situation, an event, an interaction attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Something is causing this reaction. And, again, unconscious mind is actually the body. I mean, the unconscious mind controls the body.
Mm-hmm.
So unconsciously, there's a lot of things that we go through each and every day without ever really thinking about it. Okay. Unconsciously, the unconscious mind takes care of our breathing, our heart rate, our blood
Mm-hmm.
pressure. I mean, our digestion, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as the unconscious mind is reacting to something, we can feel it and it shows up in the body.
Mm-hmm.
So it really does. So the same way as you get to know yourself better, you know what to take in, what types of foods are great for you, what types of activity are great for you. And when you're in the wrong place, it's like, this isn't working. So, I mean, take what you can, learn from the situation. It was there for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a beautiful reason that it's there. And take that wisdom and move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
if you can't get a real cooperative state happening, yeah, then it's learn what you can and move on.
Yes, it's very
It's pretty
important.
much the same about relationships too,
Mm-hmm. That's relationships. We at the end
right?
we live through relationships and everything with food, with people, with things, with any. So it's relationship.
Yes. Yes, and I still believe it all comes down to our relationship with us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Number
Yeah.
one, personal mastery. Yes, sir. Our relationship with us. I mean, in the world is constantly showing us how to have the best relationship with ourselves.
Yes.
Right. Do,
Yes.
do you agree with
Yeah,
that?
100%. 100%. If we
Yeah,
don't have a good relationship with ourselves, we cannot have it with anyone or anything. And
correct.
that's
Correct.
when we start overeating or undereating. So when the imbalances come because we are not dealing with our own relationship.
Right. Or we're eating the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
And since I moved back to this area,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to judge, okay? I don't like to be judgmental. I've seen more people that are so out of shape. It's like, holy cow. What are you guys eating? What are you doing? Uh, I've never been that way in my life. I've always been very aware. Okay, so I'm lucky. I count myself lucky. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed with that. But I'm amazed. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I guess I'm being judgmental.
Well, there's a lot of not having a relationship with yourself and getting lost by what's outside or by stress. So not really looking into what you're eating because you're stressed on and focus in other things, no? And so you don't really have a relationship with yourself. I
Eh,
remember,
Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
I,
Go
re-
ahead.
I remember I was 22, 23 in the university. And I was, well, at that time, very much into the outside world, no? So
Yeah.
caring for everyone else, not for me.
Right. I
Okay.
understand.
Yes. So I was doing catwalk,
Okay.
modeling, and I loved
Oh,
it.
all right. Yes.
Okay. And so I was told by the agent that I had to become even thinner.
Mm,
Okay. So I was going to the university. I was starting 7 in the morning in the university. During the day, I was taking the car, going where I had to go. Meanwhile, and then at the university, I was all day until late night. And time passed, and I was just eating like a sandwich during the day because I had to get thinner. I was so lucky because for me, the body is very intelligent that I
yes.
got mononucleosis.
Oh,
So I got
wow.
mono and I wasn't able to walk or drive or nothing. And I had to stay 5 weeks in bed because I had extreme mono.
And that's makes you very tired,
Yeah,
right?
and it makes me
Your
very tired.
your
I wasn't
body
able
kind
to
of shuts
walk. No,
down.
no. Yes, and
Okay.
I was remembering I had to drive, I don't know, half an hour, and I was so tired for driving and everything. So that's why I checked, and I had certain limbs that were very hard in all my body, no? But I say luckily I had mono because if I wouldn't have had that, I would have become anorexic
Mm,
because I was thin already, but I
yeah.
didn't see myself thin. And I was being told to go thinner. And maybe with my body, I have a lot. I'm a swimmer, so, and I've always been a swimmer, so I have
Sure.
a big back. So um, I was living for the outside, and I wasn't looking inside. I was judging myself all the time, so I wasn't eating.
Hmm.
So you easily can fall in those things, into those situations if you don't look inside, if you are not balanced and if you are not in relationship with yourself.
Yes, and a good relationship with yourself. Yes, absolutely. So so when we listen to the outside world, we can easily be drawn away from what our body, what we know to be true about
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, right?
Yes,
What we intuitively know about ourselves.
yes.
Beautiful story. Yes, absolutely. Do you ever find that and this used to happen to me, and I still have the urge once in a while, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, say you end up in a place where there's a lot of stress, you've got a lot going on, and
Yeah.
something didn't go right, or
Mm-hmm.
you believe it didn't go right, it's actually going right for you
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's always going right for you,
Yeah.
right? Everything is always going right.
Yes.
Please understand this. Everything is always going right. Even when you really want something, if you get taken over here, you're supposed to be over there.
Yes.
Okay. So, but in that moment, there's been plenty of times, and I mean, I crave food.
Mm-hmm.
Food. Give me chocolate. Give me a bag of chips. Give me something to, just forget about what's happening, right?
Yes.
So, and that is like a mechanism that
Mm-hmm.
your ego is bringing up to help you. You think you're going to feel better, and it only makes you feel worse,
Yes. Actually, because you're not used to all that food, junk food,
right?
and then you feel worse. Yes, and the energy goes down. I see it with I love wine, but
With
I
who?
don't drink wine that
Oh,
much.
wine.
And
Okay.
wine, yeah, and
Alcohol. Yes.
actually, red wine I love a lot. And today, nowadays, I cannot have red wine because it's affecting me very quickly because of the it has an ingredient that I cannot handle anymore.
Hmm.
I bought red wine, and I take white wine.
Okay.
But the so when I have white wine, since I don't have it regularly, the next day I feel the energy very down. It's not that I drink much. I can drink, I don't know. Even if I have a one glass, I feel it. I feel it the next day in my head, or that doesn't not so much. I can or not feel it in the head, but it's the mood. Since I'm used to see myself and to observe myself, the mood I have is totally different than when I'm not having a wine.
Absolutely. It's changing the chemistry of your
Yeah,
body.
yeah,
It's affecting your body, it's affecting your mind. So that it actually alters the chemistry of your body. Everything that we take in
mm-hmm. Like
has
yeah,
to do with the chemistry in the body, right?
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah,
um, it may feel good to have a glass of wine while you're having the glass of wine and you're laughing it up and it's so much fun, right? But the next day,
yeah,
or even a few hours later,
yeah. You might feel it, but it's what it's one of the things, like you were saying, if you're stressed or so. I live in Spain, so you go and
yes,
have a wine, it's relaxing. It's good because it relaxes you from the day or the stress you have. So okay, you grab a glass of wine, oh, nice, no? But
right.
afterwards, you can feel it when you observe your body, you feel it. And but yes, it's so you think you are indulging yourself. You say that, no, you're indulging yourself, you're doing good. But well, at the end, also it depends on on the body, no, on each person, no. I see it when I don't drink for a while, and I drink one glass, it's already affecting me. If I
Oh,
drink
yes,
more in a lunch or so, more days, like
yes,
Spanish,
yes.
uh, I don't feel it anymore.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, and I agree with you. I mean, the more you clean anything out of your system and you add it back, it's going to affect you
Mm-hmm.
in a more um, in a stronger way. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it affects you more readily than if you're doing this every day, the body becomes used to it
Yes.
and you begin to just accept, hey, this is how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
When you really clean yourself up, the feeling is different. And when
Mm-hmm.
you add something back, like alcohol or anything, even some horrible food,
Mm-hmm.
it affects you more deeply, of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
So, um, which is amazing because these addictions that happen, any addiction that we have, again, relates back to the unconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time we take in, if it's alcohol, if it's
Coffee.
a specific food, a coffee, um, if we get a high from being around specific people, or there's a lot of different addictions, right? There are emotional addictions attached to everything,
Mm-hmm.
drugs, and it's working on the same receptors within the body, within every cell in our body, um, as when like even when a heroin addict does his drugs, right? Oh, I've
Mm-hmm.
got to have this, I've got to have this, and then you get it, and it's like, oh, you're actually affecting the body every time you're creating an addiction to a specific chemistry. Even emotions can be addicting. They can because they create a specific chemistry. This is something that I work with people who may have had a specific way of seeing themselves when they were a child. They keep returning to a specific emotion, and it carries through their whole life. It's becomes an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
It's affecting every cell in your body. So, yes, food, alcohol, all kinds of things. I mean, there are some people who are addicted to sex. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
right. It creates a chemistry in the body that they get used to.
yeah.
So, being all cleaned up when you add alcohol back or something, it has a greater impact on your body than you remember. I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
I can remember when I was a kid, you would have um, I drank beer when I was in Germany, and I drank wine afterwards, and it just felt good, right? But now if I go back, it's like, wow, it almost knocks me for a loop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
So pretty
mm,
amazing stuff. Yeah.
yes,
But it
yes.
all comes back to we all intuitively know what's really good for us, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's part of our it's just part of our makeup.
Yeah,
We
and
we know what foods are great for us. We can
mm-hmm.
feel it. We know how to treat ourselves. I mean, and when we really get to loving ourselves, there's no better feeling.
Yeah, there's no better feeling. Mm-mm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Very
Amazing.
interesting. Very interesting. So, um, I'll do my best to stay on track with my plan here.
But I have to say I love spaghetti and I eat spaghetti.
Oh,
And what I was saying and telling Michael before is that spaghetti al dente, which is
hmm.
not so soft, but al dente is the way to eat spaghetti because if it's soft, it goes directly into the blood and
Hmm.
it's not good for us. But al dente, it's easier for us. No, and I love it. I know,
So
cannot say no.
the spaghetti is actually that raises your blood sugar, right?
But
Spaghetti,
the
bread,
flour, white
flour.
flour,
Right. Okay.
sugar,
Hmm. It's
yeah,
made into sugar
it's
as we
converted
digest.
into sugar. Yeah, yeah.
So why would it be different if it's cooked all the way through or not?
Because I think it's more chemically. I think that someone might comment and help us, but it's it goes into the digestion. It's not so easily digested, so it doesn't goes directly. If it's soft, it just
Flows
uh,
easily into the more readily into the bloodstream
yes,
as
yes,
it's
and it's
digested.
yes, and if it's al dente, it's in the stomach and it's processed,
I see. Hmm. Okay.
and it's
Interesting.
more yeah. The Italians and in general are not big people. I mean, they're very
Right.
thin,
Right. They
and they
are.
eat a lot
Yeah.
of pasta, but al dente,
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to remember
you
that.
know.
Yeah.
It's That's right.
I
And I
like it a
love it. It's
little
very,
bit.
mm,
What's
yeah.
that? Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. You like it a little bit,
A little hard, yeah, but
yeah.
I do like I like it anyway. I can have it. Spaghetti's like my favorite.
Yeah.
And
And
how did we
then,
get on this subject? I was telling you about the red picture of
yeah,
spaghetti.
yeah. And the other thing with food is also how you combine food.
Oh yeah.
Because there are certain things, for instance, I say, um, hamburgers, the
Yes.
meat.
Yes.
For me, I can eat the meat without the bread. I don't eat the bread. If I
Hmm.
combine it, I did it, I think 10 years ago. I had one, my last hamburger was in a Hollywood, um, those chains here in
Oh,
Barcelona. I don't remember,
okay.
one of those big chains. I had a
Okay.
huge hamburger with
Uh-huh.
the bread and everything, and I couldn't eat anything for one day. For the one, I had this stone in my stomach.
So
So,
full, stuffed.
because you're combining carbohydrates with meat, and so also spaghetti, it's better to combine all those things with veggies more than with meat. And well, it's combination, and the combinations also depend on you, how your body is taking them in. No, everyone is different. So
Hmm.
I know I can not combine certain things because I won't be able to digest it well. And it's not good. And I get skin irritations and things like that.
Wow. Okay.
So my body is really showing it.
I don't even eat as much meat. I mean, I love a good hamburger. I really
Mhm.
do, or a
I
steak,
think
but I
everyone,
very, very
many
rarely
people.
even eat it anymore. But I know what you mean when I've switched to gluten-free bread. When I have a burger with like a regular bun, the big bun,
Mhm.
it's so filling. It's like
Yeah.
my whole stomach just, gets full and I don't need anything to eat for quite some time.
Mm.
But switching to gluten-free bread has helped that. I don't feel
Mm.
that bloated feeling.
Mm.
So that's helped. But there's no flour in it. And you have to buy the good gluten-free.
Yeah,
So
not corn. Corn is
right.
not GMO, almost every corn. So I avoid
Yes.
corn. But it's important. This conversation, what wants to highlight in reality is really for you to listen to the body. Your
Yes.
body knows what's best for you. No, you can discern through how what through what it is saying, how it feels after you have a certain food, or or if you are in a certain relationship. It's always somewhere. It's really telling you if it's good or not good for you.
Hmm. It is. It is. And you'll know how you feel after you eat it.
Hmm. Or
I mean,
after
if
you
you
have a
have a doubt,
conversation.
eat it and then
Yeah,
it will tell you.
it will tell you. It will tell you. And
Yes.
also in relationships, also see how you are if you have certain issues that are there, and maybe they're because of being in a relationship that is not good for you.
Mm.
I had it with this partner, with this work partner, but I had it also in with my prior my ex-husband. I had certain things, and as soon as I left him, as we finished, my body changed, and I didn't have that issue anymore.
Mm.
So there are things that you think you have an issue that are hormonal and all those things, and the reality is because the relationships you are not in the relationship you are, they're not good for you. It doesn't mean the relationship is maybe not good. It's not good for you.
Right. Or, I mean, in some cases, it's it can be that the relationship is showing you something about yourself that
Mm-hmm.
you really want to grow and evolve through. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so there are different reasons. Uh, for the way you're feeling.
Yeah.
And again, it comes down to discernment. Do you feel as though there's something really in this relationship that's really good for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're being shown something you need to learn about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or is the relationship just not right for you at all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
take the wisdom that you've gleaned, take take the wisdom that you've gleaned from, I mean, there's something in everything that is beautiful for us. I believe this is the
Mm-hmm.
way
Yeah.
life works,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we learn from it,
Yes.
and we choose to go on. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if both parties are learning
Yes. I
and
think.
growing and evolving together
Mm-hmm.
and understanding and willing to meet each other in that way,
Mm-hmm.
the relationship can be very healthy,
Yes.
because you're
Yes.
constantly leveling up.
Yes.
So,
It's beautiful. Yes.
yes,
And
that's a beautiful relationship.
yeah, it's a beautiful relationship. And in my case, I don't take me wrong, because I would go through what I went through
Mhm.
again
Of
to
course.
learn what I've learned, and for him to learn what he has learned. I think for both it has been very, very positive. And I appreciate, and I'm very thankful for that. And I always
Wow.
will be.
This is you raise a very, very good point, Jeanette, because being grateful and appreciative for a relationship, for anything you experience, whether it caused you, some pain at some point,
Hmm.
being grateful and appreciative for it is where we should always be. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't mean you have to re-engage. It doesn't mean you have to revisit it, but this is life.
Hmm.
That's what
Hmm.
life is. Be grateful for all of it.
Yes.
Don't fall into a place of, well, relationships can cause bitterness and resentments and all kinds of things, and that's not where you want to go.
Mm-mm.
See the beauty in it
Yeah.
always, always,
Yeah.
everything, everything. Yes.
Yes, and the beauty in the person that has been with you in relationship. For me, I'm very
Yes.
grateful, and I love him, and it's really it's what we learned. We went through that, and because of that, I am who I am today. So I'm very grateful for
That's
everything.
it. That's beautiful. And I believe that every relationship that you have, especially an intimate or loving relationship, um, once you've had that relationship with someone, that you will always love them. There's
Always.
there's no
Mm.
way around that because they've become a part of your life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, they were an integral part of your life and your
Hmm.
learning, and you will always love them. I mean,
Yes.
I must say that I was married. I was, what was I, 20 years old when I got married. I was in the
Mm.
military, and I'll always love her.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I mean, we
Yes.
learned a lot together. We were kids.
Mm-hmm.
We were
Mm-hmm.
absolute kids. And I still speak with her from time to time. She's had her journey. I've had mine.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of veered off here, but we'll always have an understanding. We always had this beautiful experience together. So,
Yes.
and we were put together for a reason.
Yes.
It's a
Totally true.
beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that everybody out there sees life that way.
Yes. It's very beautiful, and it's very um, magical, and to be grateful for it.
Very magical.
Yeah.
The more I cannot express this enough, life can become so incredibly magical. I mean, I have to pinch myself sometimes because it becomes so magical. And everything that I've been through has been a gift.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, and I say that from my heart. That's true. everything.
Yes, I can feel
I
it.
mean,
Nice.
I've had, and this is a whole nother
Mhm,
discussion,
yes.
but yes, I mean, and maybe we can talk about this. I mean, there's been a lot of poverty in my life, and I don't mean just poverty financially. I mean,
Mm,
with love,
mhm,
with wealth, with you know, uh, spirituality. I mean, so many different things, but every one of these things has taught me something absolutely beautiful. And that's how I arrived. And that's how, as you said, this is how we are, how we become who we are today.
mhm,
And
mhm.
that is the beauty. That is the magic.
Yes. Yes.
It's amazing. I mean, it almost brings tears to my eyes
Mhm.
to think about it because it's that powerful. And that's what life is really about. It's not about chasing every shiny object.
No, no, no,
So,
no.
wow.
Um,
Thank you, Jeanette.
Thank you, Michael. Yes. Thank you so much for the sharing and for the wisdom, honesty, love, and everything. Thank you so
And
much.
thank you too. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you for being a part of this journey.
Yes, of who we are.
And remember, if you have questions out there, let's hear them. What do you want to hear
Yes,
about next?
or comments,
Would
anything.
love, your body, your mind,
Mm-hmm.
life, how we evolve, magic.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Thank you. Thank you.